Okay, we're going to make my strawberry tarte-tatin, perfect to make for the one that you love. So hopefully you've got your little omelette pan and your sugar and your butter and all the other ingredients. But first off, we just need to put the sugar and the butter into the pan. And then I'm just going to pop this onto the hob on a medium heat. And we can just let this bubble away and melt, and that'll make a really, really nice caramel that the strawberries are going to sit in. Just get rid of my plates. Okay, first off, we just need to lightly flour our work surface. Just a little sprinkling of flour. And then we can pop the pastry straight on. Put a little sprinkling of flour on top of the pastry. Lightly dust your rolling pin and we can start rolling out the pastry. So just doing this nice and slowly to begin with, just to check that nothing sticks to either your work surface or the rolling pin. So just picking it up and turning it over sort of every couple of rolls. Yeah, it's so nice and easy, this recipe. Tarte-tatin, I think that because they've got a fancy French name, the perception is that they can be quite difficult, but there really is nothing to them. I'm just going to go and you can hear my pan sizzling away. I'm just going to bring it over and show you what's happening. Okay, the butter and the sugar just starting to melt, but again, it's just on a nice low heat. I'm just going to give it a little stir, just a little stir together, just to mix the sugar and the butter, and then you can just leave this on the hob, and that'll be fine. So we can just finish off rolling out our pastry. And what we want to do is we want to create it so that it's just, hopefully you've got one of these plates, so just slightly larger than your pan. So I've got, using a plate that's about the right size, it's just about 1 inch larger than the pan. If not, then hopefully you can work it out so that it just doesn't want to be too small. So I'm now going to just check that the pastry hasn't stuck again, because that would be bad at this stage. There we go, perfect. And I'm going to cut out a circle. And then by that time, we'll just check the pan again and see how that's getting on. It should be looking lovely. The smell should be absolutely fantastic by now as well. So you can just discard the rest of the pastry. You can use that to make whatever you want. So just bringing over my pan again so you can see this. See, it's just starting to go sort of golden brown now. This is perfect. I think probably about another 30 seconds and it will be fully browned and a perfect caramel ready for those strawberries. And all we're going to do is just move these strawberries, just pop the strawberries in and toss them about. Leave those, cover it up, and that'll be it. It's that easy. So I can bring in the caramel now. See, even in the 30 seconds or so, just started to brown a little bit more. So I can just pop this down and toss in the strawberries. Be very, very careful at this point though, because the butter and the sugar will be very, very hot, and I don't want you to burn your paws. Okay. I'm just popping them in face down because when you turn this out it'll probably look a little bit nicer for presentation, but if you've just thrown them in, that's absolutely fine too. There we go. Have them all facing the right way. In the middle. I think we can squeeze another one in there. Almost pan overboard, so we can just leave this and set this aside whilst we cut out our little heart shape. So You'll probably be better at this than me. I'm just going to try and very gently do a little heart shape. And then on the edges. There we go. And obviously just be careful with your knife on your work surface. Don't want you to scratch your work surface, but you don't need to press hard at all with the knife to cut pastry. That's the good thing. There we go. That's not a bad heart shape. The message will get across anyway. So I'm just going to bring my pan back in, and then just very carefully just going to drape the heart-shaped pastry over the top, just where you can. Tuck the strawberries under, like that. See, that still more or less looks like a heart. And then just make a few little incisions into the pastry. This will just allow steam to get out whilst it's cooking. Just like that. And then just pop this into the oven for about 15 minutes until it goes all golden and brown on top. And then when you come back, we'll be ready to compare and serve.